Fremont has the largest Afghan community in the United States. There are about 30,000 Afghan refugees, not counting native-born children, in Northern California. There's a small strip on Fremont Boulevard that is known by a different name for the Afghans. It is known as Little Kabul. Most of the shops on Fremont Boulevard are owned by Afghans. Many Afghans migrated to Fremont because they reminded them of their homeland.
They came here because their family was here. Most Afghans had already looked to move to California, particularly the Fremont area, because the weather is actually very similar to Kabul.
Fremont is where many Afghans come to get authentic Afghan clothing and jewelry from shops like the Afghan Bazaar. Many go to the Maiwan market to buy nani Afghani or traditional Afghan bread, slabs of raw goat meat, and organic dried fruits shipped from Afghanistan. And others come here to eat famous lamb and chicken kebab from the famous kebab house. From the outside, this is a community that seems happy and tight-knit. However, those who know them well know of a different past. Behind these walls is a community that has been faced with tragedy and war. Many Afghans had to leave their homeland as refugees.
With Envision in Afghanistan, and I was working at the British Council at that time, and they don't like people who work on the foreign offices, and also they don't like all of the people, but especially some people who work for the foreigners. Their life was in danger.
The Afghan Center in Fremont was founded in 1985 by a group of Afghan community leaders. Their main goal is to help Afghan and Middle Eastern immigrants and refugees assimilate to life in the United States. Some of their programs include learning the English language, finding jobs, and adjusting to life here socially and culturally.
I'm the executive president of Senior Afghan Associations involved to building this mosque in Hayward.
With the war in Afghanistan coming to an end and the troops coming home, many have mixed feelings.
The situation is not good. I don't know why they are moving out and why they went in first time and why now they are moving out. If they went over there to destroy Al-Qaeda, still Al-Qaeda is there. If they move over there to destroy Taliban, the Taliban is still there. And I don't know why they are pulling out now.
Yes, it's a good idea as a number one point of view because, you know, the troops get to go back home to their families. It's been a 10-year war, it's exhausting, and there's been results, but conflicted results. And, you know, after some time, I think the U.S. needs to start focusing on domestic issues. Bad idea in terms of the Taliban coming back, yes. Of there being no accountability for the Afghan government that's full of corruption, this means no, it's not a good idea for the U.S. troops to leave.
For the younger generation Afghans, having Little Kabul has allowed them to remain culturally bound and connected to their roots.
I guess being a hybrid Afghan-American is actually quite beneficial because you get to pick and choose the positive attributes of both cultures and both lifestyles, and you know, you get opportunities here in America where you wouldn't in Afghanistan, and especially being a woman. But there are also great things about being Afghans.
Definitely, I mean, it'd be easier to have your, maintain your culture here versus Kentucky, where there's probably very little Afghans. So it definitely helps because there's the stores, there's the restaurants, there's other Afghans your age who go to college and whatnot. So of course, you're immersed in the culture.
The Afghan community also has their own newspaper called the Afghan Examiner. The paper allows Afghans to stay connected with their community news. The Afghans of Fremont hope that one day their country will change for the better. Regardless of the fate of their homeland, Fremont's Little Kabul is home. In Fremont, I'm Erin Preet Singh for the Pioneer News Network.